Good day and welcome to For the Love of Rescue, powered by Woodrock Animal Rescue. So today we've got a really interesting topic to chat about, a topic that obviously touches my bubble, food. Food for dogs, what food dogs can't eat and what food is amazing for dogs. Stella, give me some insight. What are your thoughts?
I'm Stella Meldo. We're here with you from Woodrock Animal Rescue. Lovely to have you here, Jax. You know, when feeding a dog, if you remember, you won't, you're far too young. But in my day, there was no such thing as dog food. You put peels in a pot, you boiled it up, and dogs lived longer. Over the last, I'd say, 30, 40 years, all the brands of dog food have come out, and the dog's this intolerant, that intolerant, they get cancer, whatever. Is dog food better? And there's a new trend, and you'll know all about it, raw food.
So raw food yard is a huge big trend. Me personally, I give my dogs, I believe that pellets have got quite a lot of nutrients for the dogs.
Well,
they've got vitamins and all that kind of
by
thing.
vets, actually.
Absolutely.
Yeah, and lots of extensive tests have been done.
Absolutely, and they've really gone into detail of what are good for dogs, for their joints, for their skin, etc. But I really love making my dogs feel healthy. So every Sunday, as exhausted as I am from work, up goes a big pot. In it I do rice, I do carrots, I do baby marrows, I do sweet potatoes. I've always put in a bit of turmeric because I think that it helps the joints and the skin. I pop in mince and chicken, of course. Beetroot is amazing and they love it. And always some broccoli. And I must tell you something, the way that I kind of have read up and researched a bit about it is I do majority, 3/4 will be the pellets, and then I put in about a quarter of this kind of mix in the food. And I also just think that it extends their taste buds, if you don't mind. Because when we're having broccoli for dinner, it's a pop and everyone stands in line and we'll kind of pop a little piece of broccoli and the excitement is real.
I actually saw that video, Jax, of your new babies waiting in line for broccoli. I must tell you is that in our household, because I have 18 dogs, or now 1 or 2 have died, so let's say 16 dogs, dog food is always first prize because it keeps them healthy. So no, we don't do the raw food diet, but we do treats. I actually popped this onto Facebook recently just to get a little bit of the viewers and my audience's ideas. And the chicken feet, which is known as in where we buy them from as the runners, we give it to our dogs. Now the criticism that I found, and I've now decided, okay, this week will be raw, they're not going to be cooked, trotters and the runners. But the nails bother me, those claws. So I've got the staff clipping all the...
Oh my word, that is simply ridiculous. Sitting with a chicken leg and clipping the nails, I don't want to visualize it, but you're making me go there. You know what else is really good for dogs? I believe that for upset tummies and that is to take bananas, like you do for humans, and mash it up, and oh my God, it's a proper little sweet treat for them. And apples as well, so we're not forgetting about the fruit as well as the veggies. As far as the raw food, it's quite, people say that they save money when they do raw food, and also from the raw food is they do the livers, they do the kidneys, etc., but they still do add in a little bit of cooked elements as well.
But then I have also to go completely raw, I think just trial and error is everything for your own dog. I just want to go back to the runners. We also serve our dogs chicken necks. Now when I was a little girl, that was my mom would give us chicken necks and we would fight over the chicken necks.
Lovely.
About the cooked meat off. So I put up a question on Facebook, cooked or raw, and 90% said give your dogs raw chicken necks. So the fallacy that don't give dogs bones, there is a fallacy. Give your dogs the chicken bones. My dogs thrive on it. I've never had a problem, but I have cooked them, I have to be honest. But as I say, this week they're getting raw runners and raw chicken necks.
Oh gosh, I don't want to be a little person in your house with all those delicious scents running around. There are certain bones that you should not be feeding your dogs.
100%.
And those can really, if they get stuck in their throat, you've got a big drama. If they have their little splinters in their stomachs, they can also cause other issues. But guys, we'd love to hear from you. We would love your opinion. What do you give your dogs? Raw, cooked, just pellets? Give us some advice. I'm terrible. As you can see, I am a feeder and I always have pellets out day and night. So I have been shouted at by a couple of people, don't leave it there, but none of them seem to follow my body type, to be honest.
No, you've got all your skinny little babies at home. They're all beautiful.
What can I say?
I must just go also one other step further, is that, you know, in the past dogs seem to live longer on the boiled up pots of peels.
The one thing that we do have to make note, Stella, is there are a couple of veggies and that dogs should not be given at all because they are actually poisonous for dogs. Do you want to give
100%.
us an idea of what those are?
You know, I'm a huge I love fruit, so I eat grapes. Do not give your dogs grapes. Chocolate is another thing, and I'm not any longer because I'm a strict vegan. But in the past, when I would eat this flavor chocolate, I'd actually sneak it out. I promise you, their ears would hear it from a mile away, and they'd come running. And I have to like pop this tiny little bit of chocolate in my mouth, and then just look at them, and they know I'm eating chocolate.
So what
Dogs
is it
love
about chocolate?
Don't give chocolate.
What is it about chocolate?
Just, you know,
it's the cocoa, I think. It's the cocoa that they said.
There's a
There's
bean.
also, yeah, so it's a cocoa bean, and then as well as that, what they really cannot have at all is they can't have any xylitol or candle, any of those. They're highly poisonous towards animals. So you know, you've heard the stories, I'm sure, plenty of times where someone's grabbed the sugar-free gum and the dogs are chewing excessively on this sugar-free gum. It is very poisonous. And the other two very big ones which we use as humans in all our food are onions and garlic. Please stay away from those things. But guys, give us some feedback.
Yes, we'd love to hear. Just one thing back to the chocolate. I did have a dog for 17 years, Cadbury. He lived till 17, and I have to confess, every night he got a tiny corner of chocolate.
Oh, it's still.
But I would never do it knowing, I mean, what the damages that chocolate can cause. Dogs do die from a slab of chocolate. Please don't do it.
Well, I suppose with the name Cadbury, he had to just pop a piece of Cadbury.
That was him, yes.
Guys, we'd love to hear back from you. Give us some of your advice. Tell us what you do. Do you do raw? Do you do cooked? Why?
It's all a personal thing as well. Some dogs don't like broccoli. They prefer, you know, like a courgette.
Oh, if you don't mind.
Yes.
It's been a really fun podcast with all of you. With love from For the Love of Rescue. I'm Jax Mathies.
And I'm Stella Melder. Have a great week.
Powered by Woodrock Animal Rescue.